Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's the 16th, right, of Mission 1000. Super excited you've been part of this today. I hope you've been learning. I hope you've been engaging what you've been learning, right? So today we're talking about land banking, right? Land banking, which is the secret of every wealthy investor when it comes to real estate. And let me tell you something. Everybody in business, every veteran in business are into real estate. There is no wealthy veteran. There is nobody that you can pinpoint in the world that is not into real estate. I hope you understand that by now, right? Even though you're into manufacture, you're into production, you're into agriculture, you are into real estate. Real estate is the wealthy business. Do you understand? So yes, I know you set parameters, you set goals, you have aspirations, things you want to attain, and all of those stuffs. Real estate can make that of you, right? The millionaire, the billionaire you want to become is possible when it comes to real estate, right? So moving forward, I want to talk to you about land banking and how this really affects your real estate journey, how this can make you multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire, as the case may be, right? Or trillionaire, as far as you want to go. The land, like the Bible will say, right? Scripture speaking, it said, the heavens is for the Lord, that is for God, but the earth he has given to the sons of men, right? So that means your greatest treasure is the earth. Now, there's another part of that Bible that talks about earthen vessels. It talks about men. Men are product of the earth. That is why if somebody dies, it still go back into what? Estates. So imagine, man came out of the estate of the land and it still go back to the estate of the land. So there are two valuable treasures you have on earth: men and land, right? Whatever you can find out of that land, do with that land, or the men that you have around your life, how quality they are, can be a source of wealth. Truly, they can define. It's popularly said that show me your network, I'll show you your net worth, right? So that's how it works, really. So today we're talking about land banking. I'm sure when you hear about land and you hear about banking, it talks about two significant things, which is about the physical land and you are banking on that physical land. You have a normal banking system which you put in your money bank. But at this point, instead of putting your money into the normal bank, you're putting your money into tangible assets as land, right? Land is the first basics, but it encapsulates the most treasured fundamental paradigm for your wealth building, right? And this is something that can help you when you're marketing land resources to your clients. So let me tell you the truth. Land is not just real estate, it is real wealth. You agree with me now that land is real wealth. When you have people in your life, when you have land resources to your name, it is real wealth. Talking about McDonald's, talking about Domino Pizza, talking about Mr. Biggs, talking about Dangote refineries, everything's all situated on landed properties. We've talked about different aspects of land and various aspects of Nigeria real estate business, and you understand by now how proficient real estate is, right? It is beyond you doing rentals, it's beyond you. There is just different part of real estate that has different magnitude of entry, different magnitude of operational dynamics, different magnitude of exit. One of the things you must understand in business is that you must know the entry, the operational mechanism, and the exit plan, right? These are very, very fundamental things for you as a developer, as an investor watching me, right? These are things that you need to understand. When it comes to commercial real estate, the entry level is more. The financial commitment on the entry level is more, which means higher risk but higher return on investment. Your risk can be lowered if you understand and you go through the right channels to getting that land property, putting the structures in place. You get good return on investment. Imagine you having a mall in the central area, right? You have a mall in a business hub, and you have a lot of shops open there, and you're renting those shops out per year for 1.5 million naira. Different sizes of shops, different amounts coming in. Now you have investors who put in their money together, and you build such structure. That is wealth. But the entry is different, the exit is different, the operational dynamics is different when it comes to rental properties. You buy land, you build a house, and then you put it out for rent. What you gain and the operational dynamics of that is not in the same magnitude when it comes to the commercial properties, or when it comes to industrial land, or when it comes to land banking. So let's start with the basics. Let's start with one of the most prominent and fundamental basics for real estate, and that is what? Land banking. If you want to grow financially strong in real estate, you need to master the business of land. Right? You need to master the business of land. I believe this class is not just for realtors, it's for people who want to be developers. You need to understand land business. It's not just you just building a house, just selling properties. You need to understand it much better, so that when you're talking with a client or when you're talking to an investor, you know what to communicate much excellently. So let's get right into it. What is land banking? Now, what is land banking? It's a smart investment strategy where you buy land at today's low price, using usually in undeveloped or fast-growing areas, and then hold it while the value appreciates over time. Right? Let me reiterate that. It's a smart investment strategy where you buy land at today's low price, right? Usually in underdeveloped or fast developing areas, right? Or terrains. And then you hold it for a while, probably 6 months, a year, 2, why the value appreciates over time. So when it comes to land banking, one of the things that you must pay attention to from this definition is what is the appreciation growth of this property over this period of time. Right? What is the appreciation growth of this property over this period of time? Does this land in this location, is this strategic to building wealth? Right? So you're seeing from this definition how land banking plays a role in wealth growth. You don't just see a land. Many of you have land by inheritance. Probably your grandfather or your father gave you land in your village or somewhere there, but that land is not appreciating because it's not in a strategic location, because there is no activities. Now I'll be talking about what are things that helps a land develop. Now if you have a land, a plain land, just grasses and all like that on that land, the moment you clear that land, the value increases. The moment you plant a mango seed or an orange seed in that land, the value has increased. The moment that tree grows and becomes a fruit producing tree, the value of the land has increased. Right? I'm just giving you a very, very simple analogy. The moment you buy a land, you fence the land, you dig a foundation, you put the first slab, the land value increase. Now what causes an increase in the land value can be these basic parameters, but beyond this there are other parameters that ensure that your land grows in value, like the economic activities around the vicinity or the arena, the area where that land is situated. Right? So that's why they call it banking, right? Where you literally store wealth in land. You buy your money, instead of it being cash, you put it into a land asset, right? And over years it grows, just like money in a good investment account. It grows. Land banking is one of those ways whereby you can see your money grow well. It can grow really fast, right? Especially when you get it right. I'll be talking about strategic locations and all like that. So how the wealthy use land, just like yourself, how you can use land to grow your wealth. Now this is how wealthy people say stay ahead of many other people. I'm telling you, I watched a video online, I think it was on IG, and a lady, hilariously speaking, she was saying that if you want to gift me anything, gift me land. I don't need Lamborghini, I don't need this, I don't, just give me land, give me a house, give me land. It's rare for you to see a young lady aspiring to have land. Next Valentine is coming next year. You're not thinking of your boyfriend giving you a land. You're not even expecting a land. What you're thinking of right now is maybe a phone, an iPhone, maybe an iPhone 18 by then, I don't know, or a very good Samsung or whatever, or a new wig, some clothes, some shopping. Those things will pass. What will guarantee continuity and wealth, that your boyfriend gives you a parcel of land and say, babe, I give you as a gift, or you as a guy give your babe land assets, that if she sees it, so if she doesn't see it, help her see it, right? So it's something you should look forward to. So as a lady realtor, you should know how to pitch to young ladies around yourself who have money, and probably some of them work 9 to 5, some of them work remotely, they have some money, but they are not investing in land. They feel like when they get married, their husband should have the land, right? Times are changing, right? So this is just a digression. Back to what I'm talking about. The wealthy buy land cheap in places others overlook. Example of what is happening now in Nigeria, like places like Ikoyi, Lekki Island, Gwagwalada, Kuje. Those are places people are overlooked. In fact, 10 years ago, people are not even looking at this area. But right now, these are areas that are booming economically. Land is scaling value fast. People who bought this land 10 years, 5 years ago are the one reaping harvest now. It's never too late for you. You could probably would have gotten a land in Gwagwalada many years ago, maybe 400k, 200k. But now you're getting a land in millions. It's never too late. So you can imagine what will happen in the next 3, 2, 1 year. Land grows in value. So these are the culture of the wealthy people. This is something you can add as a mindset. So one of the things I want to chip to you, I've said it before, is that don't just be a realtor who just want to sell land. Be a realtor who wants to own lands, right? Have that at the back of your mind. So one of the things they do is that they hold it long term. When it comes to land banking, you must think long term. It's just like you having a fixed investment in a bank. You trust the bank, you trust Bina Realty, you trust the investment system, you trust that we have it put together to ensure that land grows in value, right? And then, right, it goes in value. That you don't rush without rushing to develop it. They hold it in long while. Then, when development or infrastructure hits that location, they sell big. They sell big. They sell big. And this is it. Land banking is quiet. It's not flashy, but it builds real wealth over time. And it's the product you as a realtor must understand and confidently sell. So why land banking is a powerful product. I'm sure for what I've explained so far, you see potential in it now. So why should your client, or even you as a realtor now, be interested in land, right? It appreciates faster than most assets, especially when development enters it appreciates faster. The revenue you get on land can give you 100, 200, 300% return on investment within a year or two. You can't get that in a fixed deposit account. Probably you get 22%, 30%, 35%, and inflation is there. Inflation rate is about 23 and above. Inflation is set to hit about 30% by next year. So where we rather we want to put your money when it comes to land banking, right? It requires little to no maintenance. You are not maintaining, it's no tenant, no monthly cost. The land is there, you bought it. You probably just do a little fencing, your big corn on the land. If you want to do your gating, and you leave it for a while, and it appreciates over time, then you resell, or you then develop it. When you develop it, appreciates more in value. It's flexible. You can use it, lease it, resell it, or even build later, just like I said earlier. So whether it's for land banking, building a home, or legacy planning, land is an easy entry point for investors. And you, the realtor, right, must be able to explain this confidently when selling such ideas. So now this is a question, a call to action, right? So pick any area in Abuja. Now we have property in Gwagwalada, in Kuje, Napo, Wasa, Lokogoma, right? And study the price trend for the past 2 years. Study the price trend. Go online and search, make research. Gwagwalada before 5 years ago, Gwagwalada now. You see some videos of Gwagwalada there. You'll be shocked, right? Study the price trend for the past 2 years. Check how much the price has increased, right? Then post your finding in the Google Classroom, right? Yeah. So let's see how land appreciate. Post it today before the assignment elapsed time, and why land banking is one of the smart way to build wealth. Let's see how land appreciate and why land banking is one of the smart way to build wealth, right? So remember, if you truly want to grow in real estate, start thinking like an investor. Start thinking like, one of the things you must understand as a realtor is that you must learn to think like an investor. What is in an investor's mind? What is in a client's mind? Don't just be about just want to sell the property. And investors love land. So see you tomorrow as we dive into residential properties and potentials.